All right. We're in this pigsty of a garage working on we believe it's an 87 par car.
Could be a different engine.
Could be a different engine,
The frame
though.
is an 87.
The frame's an 87.
But I don't know. The engine, I think, could be an 82.
Alex is mucking around with Mr. Mark's chainsaw. We think we
Needed a new
solved that problem on that. And I had to buy this puller kit, a fantastic bearing spreader, bearing separator, Harbor Freight, best 50 bucks I spent in a long time. See how it's almost like a little guillotine, an oval guillotine. And you get that between really tight spots to pull the bearing from a shaft. And here's my rigmarole here. I got to take a picture of that too. You basically put that spreader right here, the little guillotine, between the bearing and the other, another piece of metal, which there might be two collars on there. You put it between them. You tighten these bolts here, which gets a good grip on a very fine line between two washers. Then you put these little braces in between and tighten them there, and then do the Archimedes screw. Who'd have thought thousands of years later that concept pulls. This pulls up, this pushes down, and it pulls these rings off. I got the first one off. This one, look how crusted it is. That was on so tight. But those little teeth got on the edge here and allowed it to pull up. It separated the two rings, and now it's pulling up the collar or the race. That's called the inner race of a bearing. So here's our new bearing. This is our new bearing. This is the inner race. Fits beautifully in between here. Beautifully. They're chamfered so they fit in from the side. That's a little chamfer on that ring. Fits in beautifully. But here's our old one. And our old one, that inner race is stuck right on that crankshaft. It's stuck. So I'm getting it out right now. So the guy must have just wrenched this out. And this is a very loose bearing. Look at how loose this is. Can you see? See how that moved? I'll do it again. See how that moves? This little ring inside goes up and down in that outer race. This, if you notice, doesn't move anything. These bearings are very solid and tight. These are really loose. Like this thing jiggles around. Look at that thing jiggle. I can't really show it with one hand, but this doesn't move one bit. This inner ring just moves back and forth. So it needs to be tight. And it needs this inner race to really hold the strength of these bearings. And that spins beautifully. Your crankshaft goes in the middle of that. And this is smooth. These roll like, I'm doing it with one hand. But they move really nice in there, tight. And that will go right along that and allow that camshaft to spin beautifully with that bearing there. And that stabilizes it because you got this big swinging heavy pendulum, boom, boom, all the way around with every piston stroke. With every piston stroke, this just goes. Let me see. Sorry about the sound effects. But this just goes around and around. I don't want to break this just to show you guys. But the way this goes, see the action? Piston goes up and down. Up and down. Unfortunately, this doesn't have the cylinder on it to hold it in place. But this just goes up and down. Anyway, great video on the functioning of this bearing separator. I love it. Thanks for coming out. Tim got a new toy. This ultrasonic cleaner. We've been waiting to do carbs and all sorts of little parts that can get ultrasonic cleaning that all those solvents have trouble getting. Alright, we've got all our parts I'm going to start cleaning up. Press those bearings on soon. It's going to be an experiment, that's for sure. Thanks for coming out.